got the tomatoes in the garden and we got the cattle panels up. I'll walk down there and we'll look at them. We got our hose down there, and I moved my bench out of the greenhouse into my flower garden. And I gotta figure out something to do here. I've got 2 more tomato plants that need to go into maybe my raised bed up there. I want to use all of them. I got 2 left. And I've also got some herbs that I'm gonna plant. So we've got the hose put in. I thought about putting a spigot here. We may work on that next year just because we've got a lot of projects going on right now. We've still got wood to do, and that's kind of pushed off because we're doing the greenhouse roof, so that's another whole weekend. But we got the garden going, so I want to show you guys what we did. So I still have the deer netting up, which seems to be working okay right now, but the deer probably aren't here just yet. They will be as soon as everything comes up, I'm sure. Here's where my hose connects. It's like on a T. And I have to do both sides of the garden because those little spigots won't span the whole distance. And I do one at a time just because I tried doing them both together and the water pressure was not enough to get the whole garden at the same time. So I have to come down here and shut one end off and open the other side up. Alright, you guys. We've got a little zip tie holding them together. So this is just pretty easy to go in here. We put chicken compost down on all the rows and in the tomato spots where we planted. And I have a good compost pile that's been broken down. We use the tractor and turn it really good. And all of it comes from my chicken coop. We have some T-posts, and then we put this little watering thing. Now it's initially supposed to go in the ground, but we zip tied it to that, which worked perfect last year. Now last year we did 2 whole rows of tomatoes, and I found out it was just way too much because mostly I just used from this one. We had a different type of tomato here, and I really didn't use a lot of those for canning, so 1 row is enough. Actually, we kind of stopped them right here and started the rest of the row with cucumbers, and I ended up having a lot of tomato plants, so we put some more back here. So here are these. I've got German pinks, I've got hybrid tomatoes, I've got Cherokee purples, so just quite a variety of tomatoes. A lot of them really good for canning. Seth put them in the ground last night, and we usually put them pretty deep. We try to put them up to the first leaves, and that way they're really strong when they're growing and coming up. So this is my compost pile from the chicken coop, and you can see, like, this is some of the newer stuff. I need to get it turned under, but the stuff on the bottom here is just amazing looking, y'all. Look at that. There's just some black stuff down here under the bottom. I mean, if you're gonna raise chickens, utilize this stuff. I had once thought about putting sand in my runs, but that just would not do anything for my garden, so I voted against that. And what I do is I put straw and a bunch of good stuff in here basically this time of year, and I may clean it out one time by the end of the summer, and then I fill it up in the fall and just let it go through the winter. And then springtime comes, I bring it out and we start mixing again the compost. And I may have 2 compost piles going. One like with the really old stuff and then new stuff going. That way one of them I know is ready to use. So yeah, it works out really good. Alright, so I've got 2 tomato plants left, and I'm going to find a place to put them and my herbs. I got to get the rest of my stuff in the ground. I'm ready to have it set, so let's go do that. These are my 2 little tomato plants that we're going to plant over there. I just pulled some onions, which is awesome because I needed some for dinner. I'm making Mexican cornbread. And look at those carrots. Chicken compost, y'all, that's the secret. Ooh, look at that. Got some oregano. Some dill, and this will be for my pickles. Alright, so my husband's got it tilled. I'm gonna put some of these seeds in. These are a variety of the stuff I got off of my sunflowers last year. And then the seeds off of the really big, huge ones. So I'm just gonna kind of mix them down through here. Now I'll probably succession plant these just so I'll have some throughout the whole summer. Good afternoon, y'all. It's May 5th and I'm getting most of my last minute stuff in the ground that I wanted to reach my goal at doing, and I think I did. I got most of my flowers in my raised bed, and we've got our garden planted, and then I had some stuff up at the driveway. I had a little raised bed up there, so we've gotten most everything in. I'll probably find some stuff I haven't put in, or even some more seeds I might want to add in, but for the most part we've got it. I bought some monkey grass, so I'm putting that in for like a border around my fence because we don't like weed eating a whole lot. So eventually my goal is to get it all filled in with the monkey grass. So that is what I'm working on right now currently. And my mom gave me some daylilies and I transplanted them. And I think they kind of got some transplant shock. So what I ended up doing per Google was cutting them back. Actually it said 6 inches in kind of a V shape, so I'm gonna do that a little bit more. That way the nutrients can go into the roots and not so much trying to recover by putting them out into the leaves, because they were just like literally flopped over. So I hope they do good. I heard like in 1 to 2 weeks they should pet back up to not overwater them or anything, so I'm gonna go by that. We'll see how that does. Y'all, I had monkey grass put in on this side, but it just really didn't do that good. We had a crazy cold snap right before Christmas, like literally a couple days, and it was so cold here, just so unseasonably cold, like 4 degrees. It was not fun. It was very cold. I'm not used to those temperatures. I don't think anything around here really is, so it might have gotten stunted. It stunted some things around here. We had a weird winter. Things went like up and down so drastically. So, yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna work on that, getting this monkey grass in, and then I'm headed in for dinner. Now you guys, when you take something out like this and it looks so root bound, you don't just want to stick it into the ground. You want to kind of rough up these roots. That way they can kind of branch out and get some nutrients. And this is how I do it. It always works for me.